Today, I am going to reveal something to you all. Perhaps only my family knew. Or maybe I should have done in my classroom, among my friends, while playing the most interesting game Truth and Dare. Shh! But most of the time, my lips remain sealed. I was a person who would never take dare because I knew my friends. And truth was never meant to be true. Was it? Was it? Well, I am going to reveal my weirdest fantasy, and I can sense some ears are getting cautious. Well, my weirdest fantasy is I want to be bloody. Don't get me wrong, not bloody Mary for sure, and not bloody after killing my own ex, only if I had one, but bloody in a sense full of its own red blood cells. Wonder what will happen if doctor reports that a newborn child has to get blood transfusion every month till he is alive. A child who got the permanent visiting card to hospital even before his entry to new house. Now imagine that newborn child whose father is holding his legs, whose mother is holding his hands, and a nurse enters the room with a medical tray and injection in her hand. Well, this is a chronic blood disorder, thalassemia, wherein you have to get blood transfusion every month or even more early. But it all began after my first birthday, when God planned to give me a surprise. It changed my life to poor and for my parents to worse. An infant who was forced to go to hospital, compelled to get injections on his hand, where destiny was yet to be painted, and to stay in the pain for hours and hours. And that's how my month begins and ends. And with me, there are 80 million of the population starting their month in this weird way. Seems trivial, right? But not for thalassemic kids like us. As any family would do, my family left no stone unturned to cure me. As for a child, it's a painful process for a few weeks of the month. But for the family, whole life gets painful. They went for searching bloods in different cities, different doctors, different homeopathic medicines, different donors for bone marrow transplant. But who can play against the God's will? Yet fortunately, we got the support of the organization named Foundation Against Thalassemia, which is helping kids like us in getting free medical aid, blood, hospital beds, and medicines. So my early disagreements would not be about a remote control car or a shooting gun, but not to go hospital. And silly me would be so upset from parents that crying became a regular habit getting repeated after every 20 days. The reason why I felt the urge to share with you all is around 80 million of the population is thalassemic major. And if these figures don't threaten you, hear me out more carefully. You can be the reason for your child to be thalassemic. You heard it right. You can be the reason for your child to be thalassemic too. Honestly, nobody is at fault. But genuinely, each one of us are accountable for. Let's get crystal clear. Thalassemia is a genetic blood disorder, which means it transfers from parents. Around 270 million people in the world are thalassemic minor, which is a fair possibility of you being a thalassemic minor. And there is nothing much serious about this fact. All those who are thalassemic carriers are called thalassemic minors. And one who need regular transfusion, like us, are called thalassemic major. Now the question arises, how does one identify that he or she is a thalassemic minor? Well, you are perfectly alright if you're a thalassemic minor. Preferably, there will be no such symptoms. It's only when you get yourself tested for HbA2, also called thalassemia carrier test, and break the state. Let us quickly understand the 5 possibilities giving birth to a thalassemic child. If a minor person marries a normal person, there will be a normal child. If a major person marries a normal person, there will still be a normal child. But if one minor person marries another minor person, the chance goes to 25 for being a thalassemic major. And if one minor person marries another major person, the chance goes to 50. And if two major persons marry together, the chance goes to 100. And just by careful hearing, we can prevent this disease. You're not going to believe me what I am about to share next. In a school exam, when I was asked to make an advertisement on blood campaigns, instead of writing donate blood, which used to be, I wrote save blood. Save blood? Well, it was a topic of laughter for class, and it is. But if you look from our lens, it would no longer appeal wrong. The ridiculous fact is, one day my father told me, Parth, we are proud of you. You are our blood. I was like, Dad, your blood? Last time I was transfused John's, and way back then, Michael's. Your blood. But I was not as happy and content I am today with my life. I used to hate it for regularly going to hospital, frequently eating medicines, and whatnot. Surprisingly, problem is not solved when you get a blood transfusion. Rather, it gets piled up. Your ferritin level in the body increases, which gets accumulated in your heart and liver. You are at higher risk for typhoid, jaundice, hepatitis, and even AIDS. So till my early teenage, I used to be down in dumps and cry my eyes out, which is probably known to those darkest nights and my non-judgmental pillows. So after a saturation point, I realized one thing. You can't find happiness until you create it. So when life throws stone, remember, diamond is a stone. When life throws thorns, remember, you have an opportunity to grow rose. Life will keep adding problems, but we have to subtract them. It's my humble appeal to all those who have lost hope in themselves. Please dare not let any disease, disability, or disorder define your identity. I don't recognize myself as a thalassemic patient, and I don't want to be extraordinary for this fact. We all are normal and ordinary, yet each one is unique when one identifies that fact. Don't overshadow yourself, as there is no bigger demon than underestimation and a better friend than positive mindset. Hear me out what I say next. I followed the rule of superlatives. Look at the bigger, the biggest. If you think you've got a tough life, there is someone living a tougher life than yours. If you think you've achieved all, there is someone who has achieved a little more. So keep moving, keep facing. My plea from you all is simple. Accept your lives the way it is. But if you can prevent something, prevent, as prevention will always be better than cure. We can make this world zero thalassemic with a simple call to action. C, T, A. C, check yourself for thalassemia carrier test. T, test your better half. Or A, adopt a child. And with this, we can prevent this disease. When I step down the stage, I won't look out this time for applauses, but people who are ready to prevent it. I won't look out for more appreciation, but people who are ready to donate blood. You don't always have to be a doctor to save life, nor a superhero, nor an angel, but just a blood donor. I express my gratitude to each one of you because if you have donated blood, you have saved life. And thank you, as I am standing here today because people like you donated blood. Thank you.